to the day before our race. The Red Beard Run in my local town is going on tomorrow, and I'm gonna race it. And I'm excited because I have new running shoes to try. Here they are. Woo! You know Lionel Sanders. I believe he uses this shoe. Carbon plate, everything. I think they're like a $300 shoe, but I got them for pretty cheap on Amazon for like $110 or something. Got them for a steal. I'm super excited to use them. But other than that, that's my only excitement because it's going to be very cold tomorrow. Cold and windy. And you know how much I love the cold. I don't like running outside when it's snowy. So the race starts at 10 a.m., which, you know, it's not too early, which is nice. But it's gonna be 12 degrees outside, 12 degrees Fahrenheit, and 18-mile-an-hour winds. And that's gonna make the temperature feel like -6 degrees Fahrenheit. It'll be fun. My feet are gonna freeze because there's nothing to these shoes, and I don't know what to wear because I haven't really ran outside in the cold. Or at least not that cold. Anyway, have fun, right? Have fun. Have fun. I think I'm gonna try to just hit under 20. I think that's a very respectable goal, but we'll see what happens at the actual race. Otherwise, I don't have too much to say other than the fact that I'm excited to run in my shoes and I'm nervous of how cold out it's gonna be. Have fun watching the race. Alright, welcome everyone to the start of the Redbeard 5K race. My watch didn't pick up GPS data right away, so the workout data isn't really in sync with the footage for the beginning of the workout. You'll see it start here before I even go. Luckily today, I have my wife helping with some filming and pictures as well. So want to thank her for that. There she is right there. We are getting ready to start here any second. And just like that, we are off to the races. At the beginning, the leading pack started out extremely fast, way faster than I was comfortable running at. I was thinking either they were just starting out too fast, or my competition was going to be way tougher than I thought it was going to be. It was about here where I started to catch up with some of the runners. From here on, I slowly start to ladder my way up the pack. As I'm doing this, watch the guy in gray and see what he's doing in this race. I'll talk about it in a bit here on what exactly he's doing. Here, I start to go towards the middle of the road because it was way less icy here. I was surprised at first that no one else was doing this, but after a bit, other runners started to follow my lead. As you can see right here. Right here, I start to lead the pack, but little did I know that the guy in gray that I just passed was planning something. So, the out section of this race was all running against the wind. So the runner behind me was using me to block the wind from hitting him. Or, as you call it, he was drafting me. This is kind of what he did earlier when I said to watch him. He was drafting that guy in front of him when I was behind everybody. And he's doing the same to me right now. I thought about drafting him too, but I wasn't able to suddenly change my pace the way he could. Right here it looked like he was offering me to draft him, but I couldn't do it, so eventually he decides to hang back behind me again. He would do this until the turnaround point where we'd be running with the wind instead of against it. You'll see what he does once we turn around. We are just approaching the turnaround point right here. And as you can see, right away, the guy blows past me. I try to keep up with him, but I didn't have the energy to do so. You can also hear that I'm starting to suffer a little bit based on all the yelling that I'm doing. Here is the 2-mile marker. I managed to run this mile at a time of 6 minutes and 33 seconds. On this straightaway here, I was just thinking of avoiding the ice and surviving because I was tired. Here is the last turnoff of the race, and as you can see, the leader is slowly increasing the gap bigger and bigger. And at this point I knew I was just fighting to stay in second place, but I had no idea how far back the guy behind me was. So I just kept digging and focused on keeping a consistent pace. Here is where I could see the final turn ahead of me. I knew just around that corner where the leader is passing now was the finish line. So I nervously looked behind me and see if the other racer was far enough back not to catch me, and luckily it didn't look like he was. I still increased my pace anyway just to secure my chance at second place. As you can see from my pace on the upper left, I really start to speed up. Here's the straightaway. I could hear everybody cheering and I really wanted to run faster, but it was pretty icy. So I had to slow down and stay as much out of the way as possible. With that, I managed to secure second place and get a time of 20 minutes and 6 seconds. It was very windy and cold. I felt very anxious and nervous at the beginning of the race. I think it was because it was very congested and crowded inside, kind of like the Frozen 5K race that I did earlier this year. And just like that race, once I walked outside, I felt loads better than what I did when I was inside. During the race, the cold air hitting my lungs were so bad that after the race, I could barely even talk to somebody. And I also managed to throw up, which was the first for me. Now my lungs are extremely sensitive. Whenever I walk outside and the cold air hits me, I immediately start coughing. This has happened to me in the past before, so I'm not surprised by it. It'll probably just take a couple days for my lungs to recover. Anyway, moving on, after the race, we went inside, and after we went inside, I felt a lot better. We celebrated with some St. Patrick's Day food that was given to us. We got a nice pint glass, and afterwards, awards were given out. And then after that, we just socialized with the other local runners, and then went home for a well-deserved nap. I do really love these small local races in town. It's fun to see all the regular faces and to get more involved in the local running community. And because of this, I plan to do a lot more local races in the future. So please consider subscribing if you want to see more races like this in the future. Because believe me, I have a lot in store this year. As always, have fun, stay healthy, and don't do this. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my other 5K race I did earlier this year right here. Thank you for watching.